The fuck is that?
I love you.
That's a damn lie, and you know it!
What?
We're off the hip on the digital strip. Gamers kicking back, take a picture road trip. Let the Alec ball make sing go with the kings of win. Talk about video games, ain't no need to sit. We got the joystick in our hands, ready to play. Dropping knowledge on these games every single day. Laughing and having fun, we don't take it too seriously. Making jokes, making fun, man, it's quite hilarious. Off the hip, when the game's all right, talk about favorite games, it's a wild ride. Just party, come on, don't be shy. Off the hip, let's have a good time.
Hello and welcome to another Off the Hip with Alec Baldwin's Finger and friends. Today, we're discussing a bunch of different topics, including Nintendo and a bunch of other things, including God damn it, what were we talking about?
Great job, ABF. Great job.
3 minutes
What a
into
shame.
it.
Oh, the fact that journalists need a journalist mode to play the new Elden Ring DLC.
Oh,
They needed it for the
How are-
original game in the first place.
That's right. How are you doing, Jake?
ABF, I'm doing well. Thank you. I really appreciate you asking. Hello, everyone. My name is Big Dog Jake, BIGGDOGGJAKE. I go by Jake to make things easier on people. I am a professional, though occasional VOA for hire. I'm a political writer and analyst for hire. I love video games. I love metal music, and I will talk to anyone about them. ABF, thank you so much for having me on Off the Hip yet again.
Yeah, and Mo Zamboni, how are you doing?
Been busy. I am on the Legion of Memers podcast each Saturday. I think that's going to be a regular thing. Been obviously doing stuff for the GCA, which is awesome. I put out my first video where I had to speak off it wasn't a script, by the way. People know that, but
It was awesome.
there's two people in this room that got to sit through the shit show that was my was that video. But I cut it up. I think it came out okay. We're gonna try to ride that algorithm. It's The Acolyte. I cover the downfall of Star Wars, the 3 episodes, and my thoughts on it in 10 minutes. So
Yeah, it was a good
go check it
video.
out. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed a throat lozenge after that one. I was getting that was like about 1/10 of the video that I shot is what came out. So
Well, you
Anyways.
definitely have that video mode vibe, so it's working for you.
yeah, it's the video. It's got a little extra chromosome in it, and I'm going to try to exercise that. But yeah, no, it was definitely fun. So
Yeah, and none of us know what we're doing. I'm still trying to get back in the groove after Dallas, after losing brain cells from drinking so much. So,
oh, that was fun though.
but
At least that's the only reason why.
that was our. Well, I mean, there might be some hereditary retardation involved too. So,
Obviously,
yeah. Nagranal, how is your controller doing today? Have you broken it yet?
No, dude, I told you I'm not breaking my PS5 controllers. They're $70. Well, actually, one of them was free, so I could break that one. But I don't think I will.
Everybody gets one.
I mean, sounds like you're getting ideas there.
It's not as easy to break as like a PlayStation 4 controller. You can just like kind of bend it, twist it, whatever. PS5, they're pretty durable.
Try
I don't
harder.
want to break. It sounds like a challenge. Now, where's that controller?
No, I'm officially challenging you to do it. If it was free, fuck it.
No,
That's
no,
like-
no.
That's like, what was
Free
it
one
like?
is for if the one I bought accidentally breaks.
It was like
Yeah,
6 or
it'll
7 years ago. People were going to the iPhone store and bending the phones on purpose. Remember that?
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Dropping the
That's
screen
what
to
that
see
reminds me
what
of.
happens.
Stupid aluminum chassis. What a terrible idea.
Norman Conquest, pleasure to have you back. How are you doing?
Yeah, thanks for inviting me back on. I'm pretty good. Jumped into Cyberpunk again last week, and I tell you, it is good to be back in Night City. One of the most immersive games I've ever played in my life. Brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah, let's get to the show on the road.
Yeah, I really wanted to get into that game, but what was it? My buddy was streaming it in Discord, and he's like, "Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the game at all." And like his neck was like 50 feet tall, and I was like, "I think there's still a little bit of room for improvement here." So,
Well, to a point, it really is the rags to riches story. They properly redeemed themselves with that update. Like, you buy the game
Right.
now, you'll have no problems with it whatsoever. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I told you yesterday, in terms of gunplay, it's one of my favorite games I've ever played.
Really?
Right
That's
on.
cool. Nice.
You know
That
what?
is really good here.
I remember buying it from Best Buy for $9 because they had like a physical one that had the soundtrack included with it. Obviously,
Mhm.
it was the digital code, but I had CDs and everything that came with it. Yeah, I got it for like $9. I played it a little bit, but I really need to. I really need to jump into it. That's definitely.
Yeah,
Speaking
put it
of
on
a
your
console that definitely can't run it,
Perfect
Hello.
timing. How are
Sorry.
you doing?
I'm
You're
sorry
welcome.
I'm late.
No, you're right on time, actually.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife bought the cheap dog food and my dog threw up. So I was like,
Oh,
I ain't
no.
taking any chances. I'm gonna go buy the food we always give her.
You should.
Yeah, I get mad every time she does that. And I'm like, why? You can't just go to the Petco right next to the freaking Walmart? Like, is that hard for you?
thank you for announcing that publicly.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
sure she would enjoy that. I feel you though. Yeah, no, that was you can't change dog food. Even if
No.
it's cheap, you gotta adjust it slowly.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have Molly in
Can't
the
just throw your dog
background.
off like
Yeah.
that.
Go girl.
Corey.
Okay, Corey.
Hail, dang on boys from Baines,
Dang,
Baines,
dang,
from
boys.
occasion, bang.
You know, okay.
Fucking A, I cannot understand a word that guy was saying.
Omenhauer.
Is anyone playing any games that they want to talk about at all? I just, figure at the beginning of the show we could talk about any new exciting games people are playing.
I played a few of the demos from the Xbox. I forgot what it's called now. The E3. You know what I mean?
The Expo, I think is what they called it, right?
Yeah, Expo Showcase or whatever.
Yeah.
Xbox Showcase, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
only covered it in the last episode, so why would we know what it's called?
Dude, you shouldn't because they're very. I don't know how I feel. I think it's kind of cool that they're all split up, but it's nice that it's all in one. I don't know, but I played a few games from it. I like a lot of 8-bit JRPG style games. I tried that. Remember that air quote cyberpunk one, where it was like an RPG and like the chick had a guitar and it was like turn based.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. Like the aesthetic was super cool, but there's no battle music. There's no music when you play. It's just atmosphere noise, and I'm like, this is not an RPG. How dare you not have a lit soundtrack?
Is that on purpose, or is that just because it's a demo and it's not finished yet?
I don't know, but if you don't, I feel like a lot of times the music comes first before the game design sometimes, right? Because the music is what makes JRPGs and 8-bit games so good.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess if you're an indie dev, and I don't know how big their team is, that kind of thing can come after, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree. I agree with Shaka Zulu. It's you know, even if you didn't play the games, you listen to all the early Final Fantasy games. You have Zelda, all that stuff, and it's immersive because if you're going to be grinding, so you want to at least have a good soundtrack while you're trying to get your HP up. Yeah. So no, I think there's something to that. There's definitely been some RPGs where it's like, yeah, they were thinking of the music first and nothing else afterwards. Yeah,
no problems with that, in my opinion. I love video game soundtracks, dude.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally.
Being somebody who's hasn't really played a lot of JRPGs, and I never grew up with Nintendo or with PlayStation, so I never really had much of an opportunity, anyways.
Well, even the
I've
Sega like
still
beat 'em
listened-
ups had lit soundtracks, man.
Well, of course, but the point
Oh
I was
yeah,
going
those
to
arcade
make is
8-bit songs.
tying back
Yeah.
into Mo's point and your point, Shaka, is that I've listened to 20 times as many JRPG soundtracks than I have played the games. Like the soundtracks
Right,
are
yeah.
incredible.
All right. Well, you guys want to talk about the Nintendo stuff coming up tomorrow?
Sure.
I just thought, kind of a short subject because we don't know anything about it yet. It's coming up tomorrow, but
I can already tell you what's gonna happen.
Hey, Jim Norman sounds like a good guy.
I know.
We're not getting Wind Waker Twilight Princess remake. That's all I know.
Well, okay, so I will jump to that. They've already told us that they
Yep.
are not talking about the new
Successor.
Switch.
Yep.
So
No, I
It's-
think the only
it's a
thing they
Super
said was that
Switch.
it won't be a completely new system, that it will be an upgrade to the Switch.
Right. But they really, really need to be careful with how they name it and how they market
Super
it.
Switch.
They
It
don't
has
want a
to be
repeat of the
Super
Wii U.
Switch.
That's
Super
I-
Switch would definitely be. That would be nice.
The SS. That's what we would
Yeah, they were
call it.
aligned with
Yeah.
them back then.
It's going to be so powerful. They're going to use lightning bolts as the logo.
It's gonna
Hey,
be so powerful. You may actually be able to play Skyrim on it.
I mean, regarding things that are probably not coming out, I know people are clamoring for Metroid Prime 4 ever since it was announced in 2017, but that's probably also not going to happen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring up Mo Zamboni coming out.
No, he did that last night.
I wouldn't dare do such a thing. How dare you?
He's deeply closeted.
Not deeply, completely out, but that's okay. We were talking about it behind the scenes, but
Yeah, Mo comes out as late and gay every Wednesday, so you know.
every Wednesday.
it's
I
true.
mean, he literally is in charge of the show.
he doesn't
Well.
like renounce it on Wednesdays though, so I think it carries over until next Wednesday again. I think it's just perpetually. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You need to see
I'm-
tenants in the evenings afterwards.
I'm fluid in which way I go. I'm gender fluid, don't you know?
Yeah.
So just gonna help the algorithm. Gender fluid, non-binary.
Juneteenth is coming up.
Shout out to
Yay!
Creed.
This
Yeah.
something.
Actually,
Okay,
a lot of us.
No.
I get paid early because Joe Biden forced the banks to have a holiday on Wednesday. So if your company does their own payroll, they're like, "Oh, we have to do it before Friday because they do it Monday, and then we all get paid early."
Oh, Wayfair's got a question for us here.
Ooh.
Oh, Silent Hill 1,
That's pretty
Fantasy.
good.
Nier Automata.
Fantasy. The Elder Scrolls soundtracks and the Witcher soundtracks are like the goats.
Oh,
God,
dude.
yes, The Witcher.
So I was going to say
Witcher
two answers. You said gaming music. No, I imagine that could be like original soundtrack, or I was also potentially interpreting as music you'd like to listen to while gaming. So as far as like original
maybe.
soundtrack goes, I'm going to go with what Shaka said. Like the Witcher 3 soundtrack is fantastic.
I thought the
really
question was like
well.
genre, like your
Well,
genre.
that
I
like
was
all
just
the-
choosing to also interpret it the other way. And so again, Witcher 3 soundtrack is great. The battle music is great.
I mean,
Yeah.
do the
The
sea
exploration
shanties from
great.
Black Flag count?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, those are
Yeah.
great.
But as far as like music I like to listen to while gaming, like if I have a choice to put on some other music, it's usually
Hey,
metal.
Ninja.
Music. It's usually metal music. I'll listen to like Lamb of God, or I'll even listen to like Rise Against, which is not metal at all, but that kind of stuff. You know,
I like to
something we can
listening
do
to stuff while trying to
days.
grind out all the Arkham challenges.
Mm.
Put on some like
Oh, yeah.
some hardcore metal or thrice or something.
I'm someone who can't do
American Ninja.
podcasts or audiobooks while I'm gaming or grinding specifically in a game. So it has to be music. It has to be.
Well, if we're talking songs in the Arkham series, it's Journey Worlds Apart. Playing that on the Iceberg Lounge. Oh, perfect.
Oh, so I would have to say this is a like deep cut, but one of my favorite games on the Nintendo was Super Spy Hunter. That had
dude.
Sunsoft music. It hit, dude. Like it was like if you ever get a chance to listen, the game's awesome, by the way. It's one of the hidden gems, but the soundtrack is so good across the board. Like anything from Sunsoft, Blaster Master had great stuff. Batman, you know.
Well, if we're talking spies, we're talking the GoldenEye pause music.
Oh, yeah, that is actually fire. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if you're talking about pause music, I know the best game ever, and it's not even close.
Oh,
Battletoads. Battletoads.
yeah.
I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, the best pause music ever.
I was gonna say Halo.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yes.
orchestra
Those
music in Halo is really
That's a
good.
great soundtrack.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's
It is.
Yeah.
Very good.
And
I
that
love
meme
the
came from
Eagles
2.
offensive lineman when he's in the bathroom and he does the Halo song.
Oh,
Perfectly.
I haven't seen it.
Shout out to
Oh,
my
I haven't
Eagles.
seen that. Let me find it. It's great. He's just in the most like disgusting bathroom stall ever, and you just hear his angelic echoes through the bathroom.
Well, we're talking about
The
Halo.
best
You
one's got to
wanna...
be that high school one when it's just the one kid who walks in, oh, and then there's like
Oh,
30 kids in the bathroom, and then
Yeah,
they all
shit,
go
that
up
one.
and erupt. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
brotherhood right
Nagarnal,
there.
go ahead and throw something up.
Well, just I heard that the first 3 Halo games are being remade for what, with Unreal 5 or something, Unreal 6.
And
Yeah,
that's gonna be
Unreal
available on
Engine 5.
PlayStation, right?
Yeah, and I heard that they're
Mhm.
gonna be releasing them on PlayStation or potentially. But
They
I
should have
don't
done this a long
have-
time ago, dude.
Open
Same with
article.
Gears.
They kind of dug in deep with their exclusives thing, and I guess Xbox is snapping out of it faster than Sony. So
And they're gonna
Well,
make money
PlayStation's
for
on the
it.
way, I think.
yeah, I think you're right.
I mean,
I
it's more on Square Enix's side, but obviously they're stopping the Final Fantasy exclusivity. You'll probably see that releasing on Xbox soon.
Well, yeah, so that's just more that less developers are gonna want to work with Sony exclusively versus Sony exclusives. I think they're still gonna be exclusives, but they're gonna cry about like, oh, we can't release it to PC players because they're just gonna pirate it because the sales for the PCs haven't been good.
I
what
just
was
had
it?
this
What are they
feeling-
going to do with it? Hold on. What are they going to do with it?
I'm gonna pirate it. What are they
Pirate?
doing?
on a pirate.
Where are you
Pirate.
from? I feel like Cajun Corey's in the room again.
I like
Pirate.
Apple myself. Your
Pirate.
bug's quite good.
How do you do pirate as a verb?
You just say
Pirate.
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 That's what
Yeah.
I said.
Like
Oh,
saying
No, you said
Pi-
I.
No, it's like that's like when you
yeah.
say, "Oh, apple, pecan, cherry. I'm gonna
Rhubarb.
break these pies. I'm gonna pirate these things."
we should do
dude,
that.
I will.
actually.
I will.
Yeah.
pirate.
That's what you get for
Pirate.
calling me gay, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna bow. Don't slip up.
I can't even find
I'll
this one.
pirate some pies right now. That sounds awesome.
My
go.
favorite fruit cake is Mozamboni.
Take that slow mo.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Big Dog Jake wants to get in on this when he's actually showing up through his shitty green screen, but when he's not disappearing in the background.
I just
So-
wear a black shirt just for you.
I hope your dog gets pukes and diarrheas all night just because you said that, and then you're yelling at your wife picking up dirty like little shits.
Wow, dude.
No, I'm coming in hard. All right,
Sounds really specific.
it is. I hope it
Wow.
happens.
Wow.
Hope your dog turns into a sprinkler.
Okay, silence for greatness now, lads.
Oh yes,
we go.
this is beautiful.
Everybody.
Go birds.
Legend.
Oh my
But if-
god,
That was way
Go
too
birds.
long.
E-H-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
so beautiful.
I think you misspelled coming.
It was a really nice parking space. I'm not gonna lie. So-
I see a new Phantom X meme on the horizon.
Comes in from the back.
he's probably already done with the meme. The dude takes like 5 minutes on, and I mean that with all sincerity and respect. So,
That's the
oh
beauty of-
hey, look who's in the chat. Hey, my man,
Ridiculous.
thanks for stopping
Yeah,
in.
Oh damn! Yeah, we met Criticless in Orlando.
Yep, he
Did
was
we?
a great. Love talking to him.
I don't know. If
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
did.
I
really
talked to
nice
him
dude.
for like half an hour.
Probably did.
actually.
Don't remember.
Oh, thanks, Nagarnal.
I'm not going to give up where he
I
lives,
was
but we could
drunk.
literally meet up before the podcast is over if we really wanted to. It's how far away we live. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah, they're doing great stuff, man. I really love their website.
They are, and we need to.
Yeah.
We need when we do our movie stuff. We need to make sure to actually make a review on there too. So
Or anybody that is interested
Yeah.
in doing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told them I was gonna review. I was gonna wait to review the Acolyte because by the time the show's over, it's gonna be like a 1, maybe a 0.
I
I
think
read it
it's
now.
fair
It's
to review.
still
it.
sitting at like a 3.
Yeah, I
They
think it's
finally
fair
got down
to
to single
review
digits.
it at episode 4. Personally,
Yeah, you could
Halfway
do
through,
2
Whatever
reviews.
you feel.
yeah, that's true. You can always change it too.
Did
Yeah,
anyone see a Star Wars Theories Darth Plagueis the Wise today? It was brilliant.
Yes, I did watch
I
it.
did.
It was was good. I
He's
thought,
actually pretty good at both Palpatine and Anakin's voices.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna
at
say,
first I
yeah.
thought it was lines from the
voices were pretty
movie until he like went off script. I was like, what?
Oh, he's
Kids
done.
going places. Oh, he's there already.
It's going to be really interesting this next year with the Star Wars Theory, because I feel like he was sort of like a protective shield for Disney Star Wars for a while, and now
Dave
he's
Filoni,
like, now he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't think I like it anymore.
That's the baller
Ah.
effect.
That number's still too high, Criticless. That's come on now.
12% right now.
12%. Those
Yeah,
numbers,
it's way too
those are
high.
rookie numbers. We need to get into the single digits, people.
That's right.
Legitimately,
We can do it.
you can get there. It is legitimately less than 10% good. Like, it's not good at all. There's nothing. Go watch my review on the GCA. It's terrible.
Do it.
Dude, the videos I watched about episode 3 absolutely blew me away. As much as I know how bad Disney Star Wars is and has gotten since 2015 or 2017, whatever, I legitimately did not expect some of the stuff that I heard. I legitimately was like, I could not believe that some of the stuff they put in to episode 3. I was blown away by it.
So you haven't watched any of it?
No,
You just watch reviews?
no, I
Okay,
don't have
no
Disney
one,
Plus, and I don't go into the watch parties. I have no
Yeah.
desire whatsoever to watch it.
no one's talking about this prisoner that really strangely looks like Todd Howard in episode 1.
It does look like Tom.
He looks like Todd Howard.
Either that
And
or
they
it also kind of looks like
times the check.
Dennis from Always Sunny.
Oh yeah,
Looks exactly like that guy.
But
Yeah,
that
to
makes
look
it
at
even
him.
more weird because
God.
they get
He
this
was the first
alien.
white guy we saw. Right?
I think so. And here's what they did to the first white guy you see. They put this alien to restrain his mouth. And the alien calms him down and he's like moaning happily. He's like,
No, thank you.
and then they're like, "Oh my god, is he okay? Like what's that alien doing to him?" And then they're like, "Oh, don't worry, he's having a grand old time."
I think one of the pieces of writing that upset me the most, and the drinker really put a pin on this in his video, where the lady is explaining the thread and how the Force is like a thread that binds and connects us all, and says the thread is not a weapon, and then within 30 seconds immediately uses it for offense against another person. It's like,
Bro.
any tool you pick up in offense is a weapon. What do you?
Yeah.
Why do you say it's not a weapon, then immediately use it as a weapon? Like,
It's
come
so-
on. You learn this
It's-
stuff in like, you learn this in writing classes when you're like 10. Come on.
Yeah.
That's
It's
quaint
r-
that you think those people are in writing classes.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, really.
I'm sure someone at a coffee shop could have taught you that. Like, there's no excuse.
Well, there's plenty of guys on
Reddit.
MacBooks. No, I was gonna say MacBooks and
Oh.
coffee shops that would, they tell
Probably do better.
Dude,
I mean,
I thought
that's
that was
the same thing, isn't it? Reddit.
Yeah, pretty
you.
much.
It's
It's
just Reddit
Reddit
in real
nowadays.
life. Yeah.
It's really funny to watch Acolyte and House of the Dragon side by side, because House of the Dragon will do things where they say one thing and they show you something else, and you're like, "Oh, these people are hypocrites." While like Acolyte is just like, "You cannot kill a Jedi with a weapon," and then you see them die by a knife. It's like,
Yeah.
That-
what?
no.
This isn't
Here's what
clever.
it sounded like. Here's what it sounded like.
The weapon is not the Jedi death. The cannot kill them. You must not use a knife. You must use your hands.
Wait, was that your Gorlock impression?
That was pretty good. Gorlock.
No, that was like Shaka Zulu's like his voice acting was better. It literally sounded like somebody like falling asleep. Like it's you cannot kill them.
I keep telling this bitch she can't use weapons, and she just keeps doing it.
Main point being, there's a difference between literary irony, like in House of the Dragon, and just forgetting what you wrote in the previous sentence, like in the Acolyte.
Literally, that's what it feels like. They just forget it.
Well, we had Rings of Power at the same time as House of the Dragon last season. So now we get to compare Acolyte to House of the Dragon. That's going to be really...
It's brutal.
And the news is
it's like jumping from the pool to the hot tub.
Yes, dude, it's like an ice bath. You need to. It really helps. The ice bath really helps you appreciate the hot tub.
Yes,
That's exactly what it is.
I was more of a sauna guy myself before I got into the pool, but whatever.
Oh, that was good. Yes, post workouts, post basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yes, the best.
Poor
I need
walk
to do
through
that.
the
That sounds
store.
good.
Oh, dude, post workout, get in the sauna, and then just do a couple laps in the pool. Love that stuff. Same risk it. I got nothing.
Nope.
Oh gosh, and there's stone fortress carved out of a freaking mountain being set on fire, and just
Well, okay, to be
What?
fair, Jake, have you ever dropped a lantern in a mountain before? I mean, how do you know it doesn't just catch fire?
Because
touche,
stone.
touche, ABF, touche.
I mean, yeah.
There's one for your column.
How did we know this show was gonna suck? And then it did.
It did.
Intuition.
Yep.
Not
Intuition,
feminist
which
communist intuition like
Yes.
they have up on that freaking mountaintop where they're trying to stay secluded and secret where no one can see them, even though they're the only thing that can be seen.
It's not just a mountaintop. The entire
human
structure of the building is stone.
yeah, because that's
and like the
It's
doors are
carved
metal.
into the mountain. It's rock.
where you build secretive places on top of a mountain.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you
Of
don't build
course.
it underground or anything like that, like they did on Hoth.
Well,
You
that's
put
how
it
Dr.
way up
Evil
to-
did it.
Huh?
Say again?
That's how Dr. Evil did it, right? He was in a hollowed out volcano, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
but
With his face on the side, yes.
when you go to a
Yeah,
mountain,
Dr. Evil had class.
you can
Yes.
he did have class, number one. Number two, when you see a mountain, you can climb the mountain. When you see a volcano, you're like, I want to stay away from the volcano. See, using the brain. So you can do plenty of Dr. Evil advertising on the side of the volcano because nobody's going to go to that.
I'm surprised they did a mountain. They should have just lived in a giant stone vagina. Just lived in like it should have just been a crevasse, like a canyon. And for whatever reason,
That's number one.
there's a river and the fish fall out of it and they rot. So you really get the effect. So that's what you should do. They should have a giant stone vagina.
Yeah, just leave that.
And then
up.
it can climb down through a thread that comes out the bottom. So
I'm just gonna leave it up for a while.
Was that a thermite?
Oh, thermite paint. They painted it with thermite.
All right, we'll stop sharing it. But no,
This was fascinating to me.
have you guys seen that in order to play the Elden Ring DLC, you have to
Sounds like
first
bullshit.
beat a optional boss?
Boy,
And
have I. Because like 20
They're-
channels I follow have been for the past week prepping for the new Elden Ring DLC. I'm like, good God.
Yeah, I
It's going
just
to take
started
that much
playing again
work to
last
get to
night.
it? I just think of like, Artorias
not
the
really,
Abyss
just-
Walker in the first Dark Souls. Like,
Well,
it's like
okay.
an hour worth of work. And the stuff that people are doing for Elden Ring. I know Elden Ring is massive in scope, and I know it's different in that aspect, but my goodness, the amount of work people are putting in to prepare for the DLC is wild.
Well, there's two things going on. Okay, it's an optional boss which people might have not even run into and never played, right? And then two, there's journalists that are being gifted the DLC just to review it, and they may or may not have beat the game and may or may not have beat the boss if they did play the game. and there's quite a few journalists on Twitter complaining about how it's kind of difficult. And I think it's a great thing that this boss is gatekeeping their ability to review the game, because it doesn't sound like they're real gamers to me.
I mean, that's what bosses are in Souls games. They literally gatekeep the rest of the game. That's the game.
But to be honest, that 40% isn't really surprising to me. It just sounds like, obviously you have the journalists and all that, but in that 60%, you've got people that picked up the game, played it, had a good time with it, and then maybe a couple of weeks later they moved on to the next title and didn't really give it another thought. And that 40% is the hardcore fan base. So it does make sense.
Right.
But yeah, they did put out a reminder on Twitter saying, look, in order to play the DLC that we're selling, you do need to beat a boss to be able to access it.
It's actually 2 bosses that you have to beat.
I think you're right.
But one of them is not optional. So
right.
You'll just end up beating him. But the game is so there's no direction in the game. So regardless of whether it's optional, you're going to accidentally find optional bosses all over the place while going through the story. And the story itself is not exactly easy to find. So
yeah, and there is this too, but as they say, it's still a good barometer for it.
I think the last sentence of it is great. It doesn't accurately reflect how things are going for console players, who may or may not be more conscientious God killers than us. All thoughts.
Where are you reading?
This right here, this sentence.
I read it
aloud. I think we're going for console players who may or may not be more conscious.
Conscientious God killer, yeah.
In regards to PC versus console. Because these numbers are being pulled directly from Steam, because we don't have access to public numbers from the console.
Why not? Just look at people's trophies. They beat Mo, they'll have a trophy for it.
I don't think that you can Can you pull up a chart of everyone's achievements?
I would assume PlayStation.
No, I don't think you can. I think you have to mine all that. That'd be insane. Yeah.
You get the percentage of how many people have the trophy.
Well, you can hide your trophies too.
Yeah, that is true. You can actually look at what percentage of players who have played the game.
You hide your Steam achievements also.
Well, maybe just for the purpose of this article, they only pulled up Steam.
It's easy. You whenever you beat an achievement, especially if you beat a rare achievement, it glows. But if you hover your mouse over it on the game that you own, so if you own Elden Ring and you hover over it, it'll say 37.8 people have achieved this.
Right.
So literally all he had to do is pull up the game into Steam and he's done.
Yeah, so it's saying PSN trophies, you got 54% of people have defeated Shardbearer.
So okay, well then they should have done that. That's the stat.
That's the optional, yeah. So 50% of people. So yeah, I thought it sounded a little low. He's not
journalism.
He's an optional boss, but he's actually one that's pretty easy to come across if you just explore everywhere. That's what you have to do in Elden Ring. You literally have to just go everywhere, and you can go anywhere that you can see.
But the news journalist, the game journalist, just said
it's
possible and actually quite easy to finish the game without ever running into him. You're saying it's easy to run into him. They're saying the opposite. Do I believe you? Or do I believe the game journalist?
50% of people who played it on PlayStation have run into him.
As much as console plebes annoy me, he probably can't afford a PS5. Let's be serious. That's probably why he can't find that stat.
Nerd Wars is the greatest gaming journalist out there. So just wanted to throw that out for everyone.
Say what?
Oh yeah.
We invited him in the cave and we locked the door.
It's disgusting.
They're here with us now.
We got Mama Badger in the house.
Hail, Mama Badger.
Oh, hello.
She heard game journalist and followed Nerd Wars in here.
Her Mama Badger senses were tingling.
So yeah, you got to defeat Moog, optional boss, and it gives you access to the palace. So, which is where you access
Radon. Yeah, you got to beat Star Scourge, Radon, and Moog.
I didn't catch up with him until
but
quite
Radon
late.
is much later in the game, I believe.
Okay. Well, so are you saying you have to defeat that person to unlock the ability to fight Moog?
Yes. It says right here, access to the DLC. They must defeat Radon and Moog.
Gotcha.
Radon is not optional, so you basically just have to beat the story. I mean, he's I want to say he's 2/3 of the way through the game.
I actually picked
up. You got to play a good portion of the game.
And I do plan on playing it here pretty soon. I just haven't had time after the Dallas meetup. So
Yeah, I started playing again last night and got a lot of work.
I have one
Not very
huge problem.
far.
Yeah, I have one huge problem with Elden Ring on the PC, and you already know where I'm going with it.
what's up
Locked at 60
on PC?
on PC.
That's-
Doesn't matter
That's
how.
interesting.
Yeah, that's really weak, actually. I can understand like 90, that would get it there, but you know, it's especially when it's fluid
It looks fine,
and like, huh?
It looks fine though. It's like a good game.
Sure. If you
Feels
set
like
the
you're
bars,
there.
you'll never be disappointed. But I have
Raising
144 hertz.
I was going to say, if you have the ability to
Instead of
run
like
at
a video
144
game.
or 240,
Well, Nagranol has
I can play
never
PS3
experienced.
games.
Nagranol has never experienced higher than 60
I've
FPS. He
watched
just doesn't
people
know.
play on
That
PC.
is-
It doesn't look that much better.
Yeah,
Where did you
Nagranol
watch it?
actually.
what you're
Hold
watching
on,
is
hold on,
limited
hold
I
to
on.
can play a
60.
PlayStation 1 game right now and enjoy it.
Hold
I
on.
don't really care
Where-
what it looks like.
Where did you watch these people play on PC, Nagranol?
At my friend's house where he has his PC.
Okay,
and I'm
I was
on
gonna
it.
say, if
He's
you were
like a
watching from
total
stream-
PC guy. He's all into the PC stuff. Yeah, if I was watching
So-
it through my PlayStation on my television. then
Also,
I should.
this article is suggesting that you can jump straight into Phantom Liberty if you want. Don't do that. Play the whole game, level up to level 50, and then go into Phantom Liberty.
That's probably smart.
I still gotta play Phantom Liberty.
It's so good. It really
I
is.
Never
heard,
play an
yeah.
expansion for a story game with their like default option to jump right into the expansion. You can do that in the Witcher games as well. You can jump
No.
Heart of Stone or Blood and Wine. No. Play the game. from the
Never.
beginning.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I wouldn't even attempt it.
Nah.
First mission.
Andy Cock wrote the article.
Chalk, huh?
Hawk. Oh,
I think
shock.
it's, I think it's
Like,
pronounced Cock.
Chalk. I think
Cock. Okay, interesting.
it's missing the U, but yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
Look at
Well,
that
they
guy.
could trade the H for the U if you want caulk. So
The guy couldn't even bother to comb his hair. I
Well, he's a
Those are
gamer.
Gaming
He's
on
a
PC
Chad,
from the very
bro.
beginning.
Yeah,
I'll
this-
play
He's on your
Checkmate.
side.
He's the one gamer that can beat beat the boss.
That's
So
all they had. Bring in the ringer.
how many of you guys have actually played Elden Ring besides Nagranol?
I have.
I have
What
no.
do you,
I
what do
love
you
it.
think of the game?
I have
I
not
have
as
not.
well.
Oh, I love it. So the thing is, like, when it comes like the frames and stuff, you should have it should be suggested to have it locked at 60, and then if you want to go in settings and turn it on or turn it off and stuff like that, that should be an option. But the difference is that it was never advertised as like AAA gaming. We're gonna make it $70 and then make you do 30 frames. Lock it at The thing is, that it was just advertised as a fun game, so I'm not totally against
Yeah,
the
I mean,
East who makes fun games if they want to do stuff like that. Unlike
Oh, and-
Capcom,
I understand what you mean, but I don't build a computer so I can get 60 frames per second. It's
For
part of the
sure.
fun. Yeah, it's like, well, you could go the speed limit, or you could go to a drag race. You could drag race
Yeah.
a car. I just tell you which
Or-
one I want to do. So don't tell me I got to go to the speed limit. I don't like that.
Or you can go in the crime lane. The left lane is for
It's-
crime, after all.
it's a pretty old engine. Like
You mean the right lane, Big Dog Jake?
Wrong
the fuck
lane.
out.
Get out of
Yeah.
here,
Say-
you loony.
That's 5-on-1, homie. You're not going to win this one.
Yeah. Yeah, you drive on the wrong side of the road while eating beans and toast. Don't get me
Yep.
started.
Oh, don't knock beans on toast now until you've had it.
I'm getting a bunch of shit on Twitter for trying to defend the Europeans right now because
Why
they're
are you
all
trying to do
complaining.
that?
The
You should
Europeans.
do.
all the heat
Because they're all
shit.
complaining about it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit and it's
Oh,
really
boo,
hot.
boo.
hmm
But I'm
So
just like,
what?
look,
98
guys,
degrees right now. The sun's
Guys.
gone and it's 98 degrees.
what you don't understand is even Great Britain is still a third world country because they don't have air conditioning.
I was gonna
Yep.
say they don't have AC.
That's
And,
if you've ever been to Europe, it feels hot
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
And
there's
also,
no air.
Yeah, our
conditioning.
buildings are designed to store heat. So as soon as
Hmm.
that temperature goes
Yep.
up a few degrees, you're fucked. It really is.
because it's
I've got a
most
fan here. I've learned.
The only building that has air conditioning is the British Museum.
I'm just
Like
hearing a lot of
literally
this.
the only.
You should design the buildings to also purge the heat.
Interesting.
Dude, have you seen like
then winter comes and you're fucked.
You can't just buy one of those like the AC units, like the big ones that go on the wall. Like
Oh,
keep
yeah, those are
cold air
cool.
down.
Or
See, but
window
they don't know
unit.
what
Oh.
you're talking about.
I think they would use too much
You
electricity
can get, like, a
and the
portable
government
standing
will
AC.
upset
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Britain only produces 5%. I mean, this was like a statistic from 10 years ago, but Britain only produces like
Facts.
5% more power than we actually need. So we could be in a deficit by now, for all I know.
Damn.
And you guys still take a bunch from France, right?
I think so, yeah.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it's France. Mhm.
Well, France exports a shit ton of power from all their nuclear power plants.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
Especially
almost
to
like
Germany,
that's a
for
bit.
instance.
Yeah.
dude, the future is
The irony.
nuclear. It has to be. If you're gonna have this AI world, you need to have. Well, you're gonna need a lot more coal and oil if you want everything to be AI and automated.
What scared
Or
everybody out of the
nuclear.
nuclear was SimCity 2000, where you just go around detonating nuclear power plants, destroying the entire
my
city.
goodness.
Just for fun.
dude.
No, I like setting up the airport next to heavy commercial areas, so it just take off and explode, or shooting down the helicopter, which was really fun.
Yeah.
You know you could do that, right? You could take the zoom in and you could shoot down the helicopter.
Oh, that's sick. I did that in Civ 6.
We used to be a real country. Sim City used to be this shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
In Civilization, I like conquered this land and then I built a nuclear power plant and then I lost it and then I blew it up. And it was great.
You know what my favorite thing to do, and I wish I'd do this in Blue Cities.
Give it to the enemy
is,
just to destroy them.
Pretty much, yeah. I was like, hey, that worked out.
I would invoke riots in the city, and then once I got too big, I would section off the city and do like Escape from New York, and I would just let them die of starvation. I would just put a river around the entire and knock the bridges down. I was like Bane, you know. The power is with you. Yeah,
Wait,
more
sir,
well
what you need
thought
to
out.
understand is that Scotland is like a fourth world country. It's
Hey.
wild up there.
Well, certain parts of Scotland, yeah.
I
went
still want to
that.
go to Scotland. I have yet to be there.
I mean,
Scotland,
yeah,
Ireland,
it's beautiful,
Britain.
but you know,
Scotland's very
like
nice.
Glasgow, right?
Gorgeous.
at the very least, I'd like to try an iron brew.
Ah,
sounds
very
good.
Very good.
You know what's funny, dude? Like, there's a few people from Scotland, like in the fellowship, and they're always like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, "Oh, I'm from California," and they go, "Oh, I import tequila all the time," and I'm like, "Dude, tequila is cheap here. I import Scotch. Like, I just think that's super cool. Like, Scotland loves tequila, but it's expensive for
Good
them.
for
But
them.
for me, it's
That's
cheap.
funny.
Yeah, but
People
Scotch
just want
is
what they
expensive
can't have.
for us.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
all. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
tequila, air conditioning, freedom of speech, you know, those kind of
You
things.
know,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I'd
They're
rather.
essentials.
Right to bear arms.
That's great too. I'll import Scotch if I can get all the other American stuff.
Like right now, I could go on I could open this garage door, walk outside, and go Ellen Page, and I wouldn't get arrested. So
Yet we're almost there. We're getting there.
Say that.
Well,
We
I
will
can
not
do
get
that in
there.
certain parts of Glasgow. I wouldn't get arrested, but I get the shit kicked out of me.
You can't do that in Northern Ireland either.
well, that's not really Ireland.
It's not. Thank you.
Northern Ireland.
I'm
That's
not
where
getting
they-
involved in this.
Joke.
Little Britain.
Joke.
What do you guys think of hard transition here? Not, we were
I'm
just talking
for
about
it.
Elliot
for it.
Page. I'm just gonna go with the hard transition.
Hard.
We're
hard.
down the rabbit
Um,
hole now.
What do you
Yeah,
guys think of
hard.
Funko Pops?
I don't
Got a
care.
couple.
Not much.
No.
I don't have a lot
one
of
steel
them.
one.
But they're good. They're good little like desk. You know, I like them. I don't collect them. I just there's certain things, certain movies I really like, and I kind of like the.
You don't collect them, you just have a bunch
Oh,
of them.
that's cool.
It's simpy.
Yep, and this was my favorite.
Yeah,
this
this-
was a keychain I got for like. So at this point, because she's from Los Angeles, she shaved her head. This looks exactly like my sister, so I keep it on my desk.
my.
And
Why is that one so tiny?
Oh,
I didn't realize
It's
they
a
came in so
keychain.
many
Keychain, you
various
said.
sizes.
Keychain.
Oh, interesting. I'm
What's
sorry.
I took
the
the keychain
ones that
out.
were trying to compete with Funko Pop? They were
oh,
called
they're
Yes.
like yeah, they're right. I got a PUBG one upstairs. You know,
I
it's just like-
kind
I
of
have, like,
wanted
5 of them.
the. Wait.
This
who's
is
this?
that Hayden?
Jane from it's Jane from Firefly.
Oh
Alright,
yeah.
Oh,
told me
okay,
this.
okay.
That's
okay.
his gun Vera.
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
Wait, that's not a
Look at
Funko
Mando.
Pop, is it?
Holy
Yeah, it
This
is.
Funko Pop.
They
Oh,
do
that one?
bobbleheads?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nice.
kind of cool.
Yeah, my son has. I like how because I'm into art and I do graphic design. I like how they simplify it to the lowest level, where you can still identify all the features, but it's like very basic. I like how it's like distilled. I like that. I understand why people don't like it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that collect them. They're kind of like, it's like saying I love Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead. It's like, well, okay, that's baby. That's
Nice
a
one
baby.
there,
I
Slap.
think it's just
Yeah.
they got overrated because it was a good idea. They were cool in the beginning,
On
and now
board.
they're just way too popular and they're everywhere.
Yeah, but they're good little things to put on your desk. I really
I
enjoy
don't
it. It keeps it fun.
I like
keeps
it.
Keeps it light.
Oh
So-
my god.
By the way, if
Well-
you don't know who this is, you need to watch the movie. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really see it.
It's amazing. It's a 53-year-old movie, but it's amazing. Even more so nowadays.
Yeah, I set up a wish list of 4Ks that I want to get. And one of them's just a Kubrick collection. It's got
Oh,
like
I have
60
the
Pretty good coincidence.
I have the Clockwork Orange 4K, and I
Nice.
had the Blu-ray, and I had the DVD. I was like, "Oh yay, Nerd Wars has seen it." Okay, so if you've seen that, you're doing well. I don't care about anything else you haven't seen.
Has anybody on this panel not
He
seen
hasn't seen From
Clockwork
Dusk Till
Orange?
Dawn.
That's true.
Clockwork
Wait, he
Orange
hasn't seen
still
From
hasn't.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, dude, that is a great
Ooh,
movie. So
brilliant.
You're missing out on the pussy extravaganza.
We
movie,
told him
sir.
to put it up the top.
Yeah,
of the
apple
list.
pie. Yeah.
From Dust Till Dawn's that kind of one where you're like, okay, movie, and then holy shit.
It's like a
That's the
Shaun of the
one.
Dead. It's like you're just
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
Takes longer to kick off, really.
But it's so, oh boy, what it does.
Much like
It's
ABF
so
is
good.
about to attempt to do. About 20 minutes in, they take the wheel and just go.
Going to the milk bar.
Totally different movie.
Yeah, if you want
Yeah.
the best cinematography you've ever seen in your life, watch Clockwork Orange. The opening scene
Mhm.
to the end scene is just like everything's amazing, and it seems more topical than it did 53 years ago. Like it's so like, yeah, no, it's such an
Yeah.
amazing. There's no heroes, there's no villains, in a good way. Like everything is just like everybody's evil of their own accord,
Everybody-
and you just, but you root for the most evil somehow.
And watching the BTS of that film is brilliant. Like Stanley went into the trenches for that film. He really did.
Yeah, and he let oh man, Malcolm McDowell, he let him freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
He let him do whatever he wanted to. And by the way, Malcolm McDowell actually ran into Fred Astaire at a party, and Fred Astaire was none too happy.
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, singing in the rain.
Oh.
Very well, little brother. Very well. Oh, you know how many times we say, come get one in the yobbles.
If you've got,
If you got any yobbles, you eunuch jelly thou. That's my character's name on Cyberpunk is Eunuch Jelly.
Nice.
Yeah, because you can make him a eunuch. Yeah. Eunuch Jelly thou. Yeah. Dude, that's such a good movie.
Don't spoil it for me because I
Never
haven't played it
seen it.
yet. But I've always wondered if in Cyberpunk 2077, if you make a character that doesn't have any bits down there, if the scenes play out differently.
I have
No
no
one said
idea.
anything.
I haven't gotten that far into it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Once
honestly
I
have
found
no
out you
idea
can make a
'cause it's always
eunuch,
like-
I was so happy.
Wouldn't that mean that the story is discriminating against you?
Or it's realistic.
Yeah, but we're talking about CD Projekt Red.
Don't
Mm,
mind me.
that was
A Polish
Separate art
company
from the artist, damn it.
a Polish company that
Yeah, but they
doesn't
are the-
understand communism. It just peak 2024. Seriously,
Excuse me.
I guess coming into Warsaw with tanks wasn't quite the hint that you needed.
I mean, on the flip side, the Polish government's actually pretty based. So there's that.
It's pretty base, yeah.
Yeah, they are very.
also so.
So let's see what this is, ABF.
Shout out
But
to
yeah,
Nerd
so
Slap.
this is a game called Funko Fusion, and for the record, I think Funkos are dumb. All they do is that they take all these different unique characters from different franchises and make them look similar to each other. But
Don't worry,
that thing-
Mando. He can't hurt you. It's okay.
Mo just explained. He just explained why they look unique. He just did it.
But you know what? You cannot like things. I mean, we let Nagranel on the stream, and he's a console gamer. So I mean, seriously.
That's
Sure.
that's
This
true.
is true.
That's true.
Well, I'll just zip my lip then.
Show up. Put
But
a
I mean-
sock in it.
You know, they kind of bring a little bit of emotion out of different, you know, fans, you know, enough to where I bought, you know, one of
I
my
still think it
favorite
looks like
characters from the
Hayden.
TV show. So yeah. But I don't know. This actually seems like it could be pretty fun. So
I have waited,
The Hill Valley.
misshapen in the darkness. I have watched your worlds with envious eyes. Soon, I will be ready. And in countless forms, I will strike. Your worlds will fall, and your people will suffer. And then all your power,
I have the power.
mine. So get ready, Freddy.
Oh, Hot Fuzz is gonna be in this?
Let's go, baby.
Deb's on Marty McFly.
Dude, I was so not expecting a shooter,
Oh my god.
and I wasn't expecting it to be
It's
as
Fortnite.
violent as it is.
it's
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is it
gorier
really?
and
It's genius.
creepier than I
Yeah,
All right, I'm
Can't
out.
hate them
I'm
for
out.
doing this.
well,
Mm-hmm.
It's genius.
they just flashed every franchise in front of us, and like I like
Yeah.
a
He-Man.
couple of them, you know. So
Dude,
Yeah.
they have 2 movies out of the Cornetto trilogy. That's awesome.
That is awesome. But if it's just going to be a battle royale,
what did they flash? They
I'm not
flashed
sure if it's
the one that
story or what.
gets
just-
me is this
use
one.
the greater
That's
than
what
less
gets
than
me.
sign. I was like,
There you go.
So
I'm
yeah,
just
Shaun
looking
of
at
the Dead.
N10 Games website, and it's from the founder of TT Games, John Burke.
Oh no, my son's gonna want to play this so bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Five Nights. It's got it. Everyone's gonna want to play this.
I know, that's what I'm
He-Man.
saying.
My dad will
Like-
play it. He loves
So,
He-Man.
Like more people than Fortnite.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
let
literally
me-
Fortnite. This is genius.
Like I mean, like characters. So they might
Yeah,
have the rights to more characters.
They
Back to
will
the
have
Future is
one.
my all-time favorite movie, so I'm locked in.
This first
Lego
comment
video
is like
games, but
perfectly
it's
described it. It's like Lego video games but with gore.
I like
Well,
it.
TT
Lego
Games, yeah.
video games.
So
Kind of interested
Yeah.
to see at the very end of that trailer, there was like a license plate spinning around.
it was out of time.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
flux
it's a-
capacitor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
no, it is at the very end. It's just a bunch of Xbox and Microsoft logos.
No. It was like the end of the actual trailer before it started flashing the names.
Oh
I think Jake already said.
It's back
no,
to
it
the
just kind of
future.
jumps right into it. Yeah.
I think they waited too long to do this, man. They could have done this in 2018.
Dude, if this came out during the
Well, I think
pandemic, it would have done
Oh,
really
dude.
well.
Well,
actually.
They
anything.
would
Yeah.
not have had to thrown all those Baby Yoda Funkos away and get all that bad publicity because they could have just eaten all that money up because they make money off of this.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that Universal kind of wants to line this up with them launching their new theme parks.
That's a
Okay,
good point.
Possibly.
interesting.
That's
Was
the
Batman?
feeling.
They
there?
own
I don't know if I
Focus?
saw
Yeah.
Batman.
No,
I
it's
did not see
Universal.
That's not a Universal property. It wouldn't.
That's
be in
Warner
there.
Brothers.
Yeah.
You want to play as Batman and play multiverses?
True.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't think it was there. Yeah. But I don't know. It feels a little bit like what was that Steven Spielberg movie where they were like
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One? It feels like Ready
Okay.
Player One a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of. The sort of
Yeah.
well, it's the mashing of franchises, I suppose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They have 50 years of franchises of all differing types of genres. Like Shaun of the Dead, Jaws, and Five Nights at Freddy's are in the same freaking game.
Yeah. on the
That
same
alone
boat.
makes me interested
Huh.
just to see how they get that to work.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked they don't make like more horror like video game like Dead by Daylight has like this like unnecessary monopoly on horror franchise video games. Like all the horror franchises just give up and license their likeness to them and have
Well,
more
did you
skins.
see them? They just announced the Quiet Place, the game. That looked pretty good.
Oh,
That's
I did
true.
not see that.
I
Really good
watched the
game
trailer
of
for that
Quiet
one. It looks,
Here,
it
let me
looks
go ahead
really
and pull
good.
that up.
Bro, my grandpa
Go
my
ahead.
grandpa's only seen 3 movies in the theater, and I've been there with him for all of them.
Wow.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, The Hobbit, only the first one because he hated it. Because he didn't
Okay,
see
fair
the
enough,
others.
Fair enough.
First one's
I
good.
saw that in theaters too.
And third, A Quiet Place. And this dude, he leaves the theater before the movie starts, comes back 15 minutes after it starts, and brings nachos.
What a Chad move.
Dude, my grandpa's a Chad. He did not care. He was munching on those things while they're all making their salad finger hands, but they're making the food with their lettuce. And you just hear,
That's awesome.
That's how my movie theater is, to be honest. It turned into one of those dine-in theaters, and nachos is like a pretty popular thing to get there, actually. So, but you're not like stacked on top of each other, so it's not like you're like in someone's face listening to them eat nachos.
That's true.
All right, real quick poll. Which do you guys think is better, nachos or pretzel bites?
Pretzels.
Nachos.
The soft
I'm going
pretzel bites
nachos
are-
and cheese. Yeah.
Pretzels all the way, bro.
Love those soft pretzel bites.
Oh, I
Mo,
love it.
opinions?
Nachos, because then you get guacamole, sour cream, and
There it
possibly
is,
some
right there.
nice meat.
All right.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
it's
yep,
3-on-3.
Nice
Where you go?
meat.
Sorry.
Okay, that's time.
That's fine.
I do
Also,
got my
like-
heart out,
like-
guys.
like-
All right.
You have a heart on.
I have a heart
What?
on. Yeah, I've been streaming with Mo
Leave
too
the
long.
camera
I
off.
think I need to go see a doctor. It hasn't
Yeah.
gone down yet.
He's
If
got-
it
he's
hasn't
got a-
gone down after an hour, then yeah.
He's got a heart out, unlike his dog's butthole. Everything's gonna be soft coming out of there for a day or two.
Shaggy Waffy's gone toasted.
Oh no!
Are you talking about
Oh.
Filoni's dog again?
No, well, yeah, his dog doesn't have a chance to get anything to come out of his butthole. Everything's only it's entrance only. So.
Let the man leave, okay?
Poor dog. Anyway, I had a great time as always. Thanks for having me, y'all. I
Thank you,
stream
sir.
and do YouTube videos and stuff, so I'll see y'all around. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you.
Live long and
Later,
shot.
Chuck.
Hell yeah! Thanks, guys. Hail.
Well, that gives us the perfect time to pull up. And so this is A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead. And I read that wrong at first.
Roadhead?
No road.
Shut up.
I definitely would get attacked by monsters if I got roadhead. Oh,
Developers of intense stories.
They actually got the New York Post.
Nerd War says audio wasn't working.
I can hear
No,
it.
he's
I think it was
fucking
quiet.
with us.
The troll.
It's just a quiet game.
So is an asthmatic person part of the movie?
I was just thinking that too.
The audio cut.
Gaddy.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
woman.
no, there it is.
All right.
I keep forgetting it's so quiet.
I
Quiet.
got even in the squeak on the lock there. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Wow.
Dunzo.
Yeah, you're donezo there. Indeed. I imagine sound design is extremely important to these guys.
Play it with headphones.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
say what you will about the movies, but as a game, it could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very intense,
I'm very interested in how they decide to gamify it.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's officially sponsored by Paramount, trying to get into the gaming industry.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, they're trying to do that for a little while now.
Well, I mean, Paramount is like for sale on every level right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They kind of
crashing and burning. Yeah.
They kind of didn't get as far as they wanted with their streaming service.
Mm-hmm. And like a decade ago, they and Universal were kind of neck and neck, but Universal's blowing them out of the freaking water. And now it's looking like Universal might blow Disney out of the water with parks as well, because so many people are interested in what Universal's cooking up down in Florida. So
yeah,
we'll see how that turns out.
I mean, to me, I think that some of the cooler games that have come out in the last couple of years is like Phasmophobia and Lethal Company, because they redefine genres. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this does feel like something that could redefine some sort of horror, genre or some sub, genre, basically.
Right.
So,
yeah, but you know what gives me cause for pause is you're playing it as an asthmatic black woman. That seems like a stupid fucking thing. By the way, it's not how asthma inhalers work, you shitheads. So,
well, you don't shake it up and then push the thingy?
No, if they did that, they'd be dead already. Because my wife has asthma, and like when she does those, it's loud as fuck. It's like, it's like the thing would have been like you're dead. Like, no, that's not how they work. They don't cause you you don't immediately get your oxygen intake back.
Right.
No,
that's not how that
a
works.
Jolt to the system, and then it
Yeah,
starts back up.
I mean, I understand where you're having creative liberties, but once again, it's a black woman. That's asthmatic. Asthma is part of your inventory. Oh, let me hit number 2. Oh, that's my pistol. Hold on. Let me get my inhaler. That is fucking gay. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so Malty says he doesn't know if there's any replay value to it. I would agree with you if it's a single player game. Do we know if it's going to be multiplayer or co-op? I should say, because if you have friends around you making noise and fucking everything up, that makes a whole different experience, and it's kind of funny.
Or trolling the shit out of your friends by like throwing bottles at them.
I see this being like Alien Isolation.
It's going to be single player.
It's going to be Alien Isolation. That's what they're going for.
Well, I mean, if it's got a good narrative, yeah, it might be interesting as far as like a story narrative, but yeah, it won't have longevity if it doesn't have multiplayer.
No.
Right.
Oh, come and go, but that's just how these games work. I mean, anyone still playing Only Up?
No, not that I know of.
Yeah, and you know what? It's as long as they don't spend too much money to make it, and they just it's like Elden Ring. I don't think that the budget on that was crazy, and they made a ton of money. And it might come and pass, but as long as you get that wad of cash from what you made, hey, there you go.
Yeah. You guys have anything else to add about that? Quiet Place or the Funko stuff?
If they really wanted to make it good, make it a VR game. That would be scary as shit. Because I played the Alien.
Scary.
Good angle.
I've played the VR version of Alien Isolation with the mother patch. When you walk by a 9-foot xenomorph, it ain't like the movies. You are like, holy shit, and you're moving as slow as you can. I know the game can't hear you because the game's like 10 years old, but you're just like, you look into a room and it's rummaging through stuff, and you're like,
Right.
oh shit, please don't get me. But it's just like that would be fun. But yeah, no, I think it'd be good, but the my SJW senses are tingling. I don't like it.
We're going to get the IQ with Nacker Nelson.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I talk too much.
Yeah, just shut up.
So you
Well, you would get too stressed out and chuck a controller in through the wall.
I don't break stuff out of being stressed.
Here's what I do if I thought I was going to die.
die.
If I could throw Nagranol under the bus, I'd be like, he'd be like, what are you talking about? Rah! Dead.
No, creativity probably will not be streaming tomorrow, but we'll probably cover it a week from today if there's anything interesting, anyways.
And they said they were going to keep it like a clean 40 minutes. That was going to be it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and if they're telling us how long it will be, it'll probably be exactly like the Xbox One, where it's only game trailers the entire time.
Yep.
That's my guess.
And that's what they said. They said it was only going to be games for the last half of the year. That's it.
That makes sense.
Nothing
It's
else.
trying to market for Q3. That's fine.
Yeah,
But they did say they're going to talk about the Switch this year, but they're not going to talk about it this time.
No, yeah.
So,
No, they'll do a trailer at Christmas, no doubt.
Yep, I think you're right.
totally.
Yep, and it'll probably be available like early next year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the goal was March 25. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
That's when
Really? Okay.
it came out in March 17. I remember that. 'cause I
So
got
that'll
mine.
be 8 years then. 8 years that the Switch had been out.
Dude, that's
When
crazy.
Switch 2 comes out or Super
Well,
Switch.
correct me if I'm wrong. Early in the year, like CES, which is usually like a PC gaming thing, but there's sometimes other console stuff surrounding that too. So basically, a bunch of
I guess.
hardware stuff. So
Right.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, I think we ran out of things to talk about for today. Big Dog, what are you up to?
Well, good sir, I don't have much of anything planned for the rest of this week. I think I'm going to kind of just take the rest of this week off. I have a bunch of stuff coming up at the end of the month and throughout the summer, but for the rest of this week, I'm pretty clear. As always, guys, my name is Jake. I go by Big Dog Jake, BIGGDOGGJAKE. I'm a professional, though occasional VOA for hire. I'm a political writer and analyst for hire. I love video games. I love metal music, and I will talk to anyone about them. You can find me at Big Dog Jake on Twitter, Beware Politics. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Discord. You can shoot me a message. We can talk about music. We can talk about voiceover work. We can talk about politics. If you want to hire me for something, hit me up there. Send me a DM on Twitter, whatever. ABF, thanks so very much for having me as a panelist again on Off the Hip. I really appreciate it.
I think Mode needs a new position for Lot Lizard. Would you be able to fill that?
Lot Lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not know what that is?
Talk about it after the show.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, so it's not off the table. All right, Mo, how are you doing?
Well, aside from my job being put up for grabs by Big Dog Jake, I'm doing well. Like I said, I got a lot of.
Can you move my camera out of the middle?
Yeah, we're spit roasting Big Dog Jake. Anyways.
Oh.
But yeah, no, just grinding, baby, doing the thing, hustling. We're doing stuff at the GCA. Things are taking off. It's really fun. I got to meet a lot of the people in Dallas. It was awesome fun. But catch me on Legion of Memers on Saturdays. Catch me on the GCA, especially on. By the way, it's straight on time for the month of June because we got to fight back a little bit. So we're doing that for the rest of the month. It's a great time. Join the Discord, people, if you haven't joined already. But thanks for everybody watching tonight, and just pay attention to what we're doing over at the GCA. It's growing at an exponential rate, and I hope it keeps at its current trajectory. It's really awesome. Thanks for having me on, sir. And I asked you in private chat, but I'm going to ask you on stream. Did you get the mic?
Yes, I did.
You wanted okay. Quality content is coming your way, people. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's go.
I'm gonna cover up the thing. Here it is, right here. Sounds broken.
It's in pieces, but yeah, not as broken as it's about to be. But anyways,
most likely, sir.
I knew you were going somewhere.
I told it that we're gonna take it to the farm soon. So.
Oh, to the farm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Ohio,
Nagernal, how goes the console war?
Oh, it's great. Still winning every day.
Wow.
But yeah, uploaded some new videos on my channel. I edited the shit out of one of them. It's got like no views, so go watch it or else. And
that guy's effort is not worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty true. I uploaded a short clip from Elden Ring where I literally just like walk off a cliff. Got like 1,000 views. Actually, it was like 2,000 views or something. Doesn't matter. And then I spent all night, like 5 hours, editing this one video, and it's got nothing. But I mean, it makes sense. Elden Ring's kind of a hot topic. I'm sure the algorithm picking up more of that stuff. Right.
He's gonna do some tech support.
Feels a shotgun mic, maybe.
By the way, my favorite video, Nagernal, is the butt punching to get into the to the Helldivers.
Yeah, that one deserves more views too.
That
It really
would be your
does.
favorite.
Like my normie friends love it. They think it's hilarious.
Get in the bird.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
bird.
And I love how your friend who isn't part of any of the stuff we do here, he's the one that gets left with a stinky fist and eaten by all the bugs.
He's still fighting.
You know why Nerdworks? Because you don't.
Norman, how many are you up to on your Kick channel now?
So we're sitting at 86 followers.
Let's go.
Hey,
we need to get that to 100.
Absolutely, that's the next goal. Yeah, you can follow me at the Norman Conquest over on Kick right there. Stream some video games whenever I can. Currently working my way through Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a monolith of a game. About to win the war, get my brother back, go to Atlantis, Elysium, all the usual stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, thanks for having me on, and I'll be glad to come back to talk about the state of the video games whenever we can.
Yeah, definitely. Always great having you on.
Appreciate
And
it.
everybody, please tune in very shortly for a very special announcement for something coming up later this week that me and a few friends of mine are cooking up. So we will let you guys know about that very soon. Everybody,
Hot off the
keep an eye out.
press.
Yeah.
Hot off the presses.
Feel
Breaking
free to
news.
shout it out a week from today on the next show.
Oh, you better believe it, homie. You better believe it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Just remember, don't pre-order games because AAA and quadruple A companies hate you, and they will use all of that money to buy a yacht and not make the game better in the meantime.
Correct.
And it's better to keep them hungry and willing to work on the game.
And do everything you can to be straight and on time for literally